Bad timing.
He's nearby. I always think it says fucking local
what's up,
dreamer.
guys?
It's not local dreamer. It's lucid dreamer. This is the second time
You
I've
need
done
new glasses, dude.
What's up, man?
Wow, your whole room is a green screen.
Yeah, I called in like 2 years ago. You did that joke, and
What's the joke? Your whole room is a green screen.
Yet the walls are still green.
nah, you made me go in the back and do some green screen shit, and then you made me get shot.
I'll be honest, that sounds like something we'd do.
Yep. I disagree.
Yeah. I had a question.
Sure.
It was, what's the scariest documentary you ever saw, or something that was like
Scariest
super real?
documentary.
Yeah.
I don't watch scary documentaries. I'm so goddamn nervous all the time.
What would
I
define
can't.
a scary
Well,
documentary?
I've seen a couple documentaries about like mental hospitals where they mistreat all the
okay.
patients,
I've seen some
and
of
like
those, yeah.
they close the hospital down, and the patients all become homeless and don't know where to go, so they just keep living in the abandoned mental hospital.
I would think that something along those lines would be some kind of trying to find aliens existing and Bigfoot and ghosts and shit like that. Like those kind of crazy documentaries. There was stuff on the Sci-Fi Channel in like the 90s that would come on like a little later at night and would be like about abductions and stuff like that. It would like fucking terrify me. Do not like that shit.
Every episode of Unsolved Mysteries scares me.
Yeah, those were
Really?
scary.
Yeah, those
Way
were
back
scary.
when, those scared me. Yeah,
And
I agree.
and then again, oh, it's not solved. Oh,
yeah. Hey, can I get some closure here? No.
Yeah.
And not to mention, they were hosted by Robert Stack,
Yep.
who would add to the scariness. For me, it's not. I haven't really seen a lot that were like. I guess back then that was scary to me, but in my adult life, I haven't seen anything that documentary left me scared of something. But in the other sense of scary, like I watched a thing today again about like a prison. And that was inherently scary just because, oh man, if I was there, what the fuck? Like it gave me that uneasiness about people being locked up and, stuff like that. That was uneasy, scary in that way.
In terms of, for me, it's like, I view it as in terms of like nerve-wracking. And I would have to say Dear Zachary.
What was that again?
That, it's basically a documentary about the story of this guy who was murdered.
I
That's it.
wanted to watch that one.
And
That was
it is so nerve-wracking watching this. It's like, it's a documentary made by the dude's friend. Like
really?
his friend died,
Oh, wow.
was murdered, and he made a documentary all about him and stuff. And it is nerve-wracking.
Damn.
It sounds like haunting.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh. Man. Damn. Hey, what's a good one that scared you that we should watch?
Food Inc. and according to Monsanto. Monsanto is the people behind Agent Orange and DDT, and they also supply soybeans and inject cows with this type of thing that like puts pus in their milk and
Vitamins.
It's very scary stuff. And like when I opened my cupboard, all I saw was like all this shit that's made by Monsanto, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get cancer sooner or later. So
You know what? I don't remember. I think I looked this up on YouTube once. The scariest documentary I ever saw, absolutely, don't remember the name, was a documentary about schizophrenia. And they were interviewing people who had schizophrenia, and they were just describing the shit that they have to deal with. And it was a lot of like, you hear somebody whispering stuff in your ear and you turn around and nobody's there. Constantly. Or you'll see people like looking at you through a window and you'll go outside and nobody's there because it's a hallucination. And just kind of all this like, your mind is playing tricks on you for so long that you just don't know what to make of reality. It was really scary.
wasn't that the one with the little girl who was talking about all the people that she?
That was a series of
The numbers and stuff?
journalism pieces that I saw about this girl. I can't remember her name, but she described this place, a land called Kalalini, where all her hallucinations lived and came from. And she talked about how all these creatures would visit her from the land of Kalalini, and it was really scary. She would talk about how some of them were really mean and forced her to hit people and do things that she didn't want to do. It was crazy.
And she was so young that it's like
She was 5 years old. Oprah interviewed her.
So this is real. It's not some
Yeah,
made
you
up
can look
shit.
up this girl on YouTube. I found it. If you look up like 5-year-old with schizophrenia, You'll find it. There's an Oprah interview that was very fascinating.
Have you ever found? I was into binaural recordings a couple years ago, like trying to find just like weird. Oh, it's like virtual haircut, weird binaural recordings. Yeah. There's one that simulated schizophrenia. I heard about 4 seconds of it and like ripped my headphones off. It was goddamn not for me. That was scary as shit. It's you hear like chatter and like what sounds like people whispering, but it's all binaural, so it sounds like you're actually hearing it.
Yeah, you can't tell where it's coming from.
Exactly. It sounds like, oh, this is like your right ear, this is like your left.
Yeah,
it's all spatial. That's
and so
scary.
people who suffer from that, some of them wonder, like, are aliens trying to communicate with me? Is God trying to talk to me? Like, there's just no explanation, and it's fucking terrifying.
Yep.
I was going to say, thank you. About the binaural thing or whatever. Troy Baker was talking about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was talking about. There's a place in Japan, and I talked to it when we saw him at like EXPCon. We talked about this. There's a place in Japan that you can go. They have a theme park where everyone goes into a room and puts a blindfold on. And before you put the blindfold on, they show some movie of like this ghost girl thing with a giant pair of scissors, and then everything goes black. And they use those binaural effects. And he was like, no one. Troy Baker was talking about this. He said, no one prepared me or told me what the attraction was. So all the lights go black, and I just hear. And he's like, I wasn't aware of any of the effects they're using, and you just start hearing snip, snip, snip. And Troy Baker was saying, like, I thought she cut my fucking hair, and I was getting so mad. He's like, I was like just about to do headshots for he's a voice actor and whatever. And he was like, I was about to do all these headshots and stuff like that, and I hear my hair getting clipped, and I started going like, no, what? He was like, I was getting so mad, but then like so many other things started happening. He was like terrified. He's like, should I get up? Like, do I storm out of this? I don't know though. I don't know what I'm locked in here to. I don't know whatever. And then all the lights came on, and it's like you haven't gone anywhere. Everything's whatever. And he was like pissed.
That binaural stuff is like fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's like they put Garrett's microphone, the Yeti that he uses for Poorly Played, does binaural recording and it does all like left channel, right channel, and it sounds all spatial like it would be in your head, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, my head.
Mm-hmm. And they did have something like that. Somebody brought it up at Disney World. They had an alien encounter, and then parents complained.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
So they put in Stitch.
So now it's the same thing, but with Stitch.
And I had an opportunity to ride that one time. I went to Disney World in like 7th grade. Was too scared because I was a little bitch.
Yeah, of course.
And regret it so much. I should have just what was I going to die at Disneyland? What was I afraid of?
It's overwhelming. I don't know. You're younger.
I was young, and it was just when you're that age, you're afraid of the mystery. Like, I didn't want to write anything because I didn't know what would happen.
Yeah,
I didn't know if I could handle it. But now that I'm an adult, I was just like, it's fucking Disneyland. Just write it.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever lucid dreamed?
Yeah, but I'd rather not have lucid dreams because I like to have random events happening in my head. Be more creative.
So you're against lucid dreaming. So why did you name yourself after what you hate?
Because I can lucid dream, but I choose not to.
You're good at it. You just, so you know your skills, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any tricks? Like, how do you know you're dreaming? Or does
do you do the thing like where you look at your hand?
No, like whenever I dream, it's like usually pitch black, but like an opacity where it's like very black, but I can still see stuff in front of me. Like, it's really weird. I don't know.
I dream in color, and I'm always hearing about people who don't dream in color.
Yeah,
so
I've never had a black and white dream.
No, I've never thought about it. I mean, I just... No.
Yep. Damn. Now I want to have lucid dreams.
Yeah, in fact, sometimes I dream instances that are so just normal that I really think they happened. Mm-hmm. Have you ever, I remember one time my mom tried to wake me up to go to school, and in my dream, I got out of bed and started taking a shower. And I was just getting ready for school.
Really?
And then 20 minutes later, my mom walked in and just started yelling at me. And I was like, I fucking thought I was getting ready for school. What's going on?
That's a terrible dream.
But I had those every now and then. Yeah. But on the other hand, sometimes I had dreams that worked out so well. Because during stressful times, I would have dreams that were like, oh, fuck, this homework was 10 times bigger than I thought it was. And I would just have a dream about trying to get it done, and it's like, you got to go to school, and it's all, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Oh my God, and 80 other things, and then I would wake up. Yeah, you only had to do one worksheet. Oh, it's all. oh, I'm great.
Yeah,
no, this is great.
those-
Like I would get so worked
those
up in
feel
dreams.
amazing.
Yeah, I
You
would
wake
wake
up
up and
and
go,
go,
oh fuck, I did this 2 weeks ago. Fuck you. And then I'd go to school.
I've had so many dreams where my alarm goes off and it wakes me up, but it's perfectly like timed in the dream, like something were to buzz or make a noise, or
Right.
somebody goes like, yeah, but it's time to wake up, and then the alarm goes off. It's like instant. That's happened to me a lot, and that's fucking weird.
Do you think that it's the timing being good? I think that it's your brain making sense of a loud noise
think
and
you're
writing
right.
it into it.
I think you're
that's
absolutely
what it
right.
is.
Yeah. Because, I mean, your brain has immense powers.
Yeah, because when I was in high
You know,
school,
to
I
do
had,
that.
I had an alarm that would wake me up for school every day, and every single dream I had would end on this Paramount event right when my alarm went off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd be hanging out
That's what it is.
with Bruce Willis in my dream, and a car would
doesn't?
explode, and I opened my eyes, and
Yeah.
my alarm is going
Yeah.
off. It was like we were just hanging out having a conversation for 10 hours, then the car blew up, and I woke up.
Yep.
I guarantee you that's your brain making sense of it.
I think you're right. Damn. Hey, Lucid Dreamer, that's a good. You had a good ass call.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
I had
See
the
you
good
later.
question. So.
It's true.
Oh,
you
he
just
hung
hung
up.
up.
I was
That
going to
was
ask
good.
him to do some green screen work.
You not feeling well?